Hello, everybody. It's me, not ADN, doing the official introduction voiceover for what is going to be, I think, a pretty good race between Wolhaiksong and Smitchman1. I say Smitchman1, Smich, as he goes by these days. ADN's not able to do voice at the moment, so he won't be joining for that, to do intros and all that, but I'm joined by MB.
Why, hello. And just because I'm guessing it'd be a little awkward to introduce yourself, I am with Lumina.
Yes, it is I, inventor of the Lumina strat. Lumina himself. Or is it Lumina backup? I don't even know.
All right, so we're giving our runners a countdown until the actual action that will be starting. In the meantime, we just get to learn some French.
Yes.
Although I don't know how to pronounce French, so I'm just
Voulez-vous?
I know how to say "new," I just don't know how to
It's an
pronounce
ABBA
it.
song. But yeah, this is a weird round caused by a set of upsets. Because the loser of this race goes out in joint 9th place, and these were two of the top 5 qualifier seeds. But because of some upsets happened earlier, these two are facing earlier than you'd probably expect. I don't know who I favor going into this.
I always hate when people make me pick things. I don't even usually do predictions because I just can't I can't do it. They're both amazing. Song's been around longer, but Smich has such a large repertoire of like categories, right?
Yeah, Smith is very good at improvisation. I don't know. Being honest, I don't think either of these two runs have been as consistent as they'd have liked to have been during this tournament. We've seen them both dropping tricks here and there, getting times up into the 31-32 range, which is why we see them both down here. So it could go either way, honestly. Just depends which runner's on a better day.
I do think the only thing I feel like I can confidently say is that I think we're gonna see all 3 matches.
That is
Would
a
you
bold thing to
agree?
confidently say.
Oh, really? Really? I don't think it's that. I think because I think it's both of them. Like I think both of them are gonna win one. Like I just I don't see how one of them is going to like super outclass the other.
Yeah, the way I see it is after one runner wins the first race, which will happen either way, the second race is still a 50-50, so there's still an equal chance that it will be a 2-0.
I suppose.
But we will see. There has been a resurgence, I'd say, of game threes. To start with, like the first 4 best of threes didn't have one, but we've seen a couple here and there.
Yeah.
Smich slightly slower on the SOR clip, but it was still a sub 50, so pretty solid starts for both runners. I'm curious what shields they'll be grabbing.
It looks like Song is going
Looks
to be
like pot lid for
grabbing
Song,
pot
yeah.
lid. And same for Smich. I haven't seen the
Yes.
turn yet. Yep.
Some runners. We lost the bot for a bit.
Oh
I think
no.
we're back now.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we're okay. Can you hear us, chat? Let us know. Let us know. Uh-oh. ADN
Yeah, I don't know what happened. The restream bot just left a voice chat. I wasn't sure if I got rid of us. But yeah,
Thank you.
we were just discussing both of our runners opting for pot lid, and neither of them going for new plateau, which MB was about to elaborate on.
Yeah, basically just it's a super cool to see in the last week that people have been starting to incorporate new strats even into an actual race. I mean, you got to be pretty confident with something to incorporate it into an actual run. So
Roko, the absolute Giga Chad, has been using it in the races. He's already got a 13 with it.
wow.
Ooh, Smich getting caught.
Oh, no, not those
by the
vocals.
Bokoblin.
Ugh. You
I
see
didn't see
the
what went wrong there. Must have just been
red
part of his
gray
manip.
river text, meaning the Boko actually hit him. It wasn't just cold damage.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Unfortunate to see an early mistake. Smich did join pretty last minute though, which is why we started slightly late. So he hasn't really had a chance to warm up, and I don't know how much he's been playing over the last few days. So we might just see Smich sort of grow into the series, you know.
Exactly.
We'll
Without
see
much
how
of a
he
run back.
picks up. But we do see quite a large lead for Wolhaiksong now. Kyle, oh my, why has every single NPC suddenly been named in like the last month? First it was the Guardians inside shrines, and now one of the Bokoblins. Anyway, I don't know if any of you runners will be watching what's going on. I think Smich generally does. I don't know about Song.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll tell us after anyway. In about an hour and a half from now. When I've completely forgotten about this
Right, exactly.
this
Yeah,
conversation.
it's a set of
Someone set a
3.
reminder and remind
Yeah.
me after like race 2.
Just make a little jot down a little note.
I couldn't do that myself. That's not feasible. That'd be too much work. Is he song with a sub 430 stasis split? Pretty solid. Considering you went food and pot lid. Smich jumps a little early, does still get it because he has a very good angle of the jump.
Ooh, definitely makes me nervous though.
Yes. It is a easy trick to mess up if you start overthinking it.
All right, so we have Song. It's going to rain things down from the sky. It's actually not a glitch. It's just totally normal.
Yeah, it's just how it goes. It's a weird run. Canonically, after Link finishes the Stasis Shrine, fish magically fall from the sky, and he uses them to defeat Ganon. Well, he opts for a hard save. I've seen some runners doing this.
Yeah, I
I
mean, I
think
get
it's
it.
because the autosave can be a bit weird here.
If you only have so many amiibos, especially, you want to make sure you get what you need.
Some hearty
He
fish fare for Song. He does opt to take it. I like that.
entire end of the run is very dependent on this right here.
Yeah, I think this save can also overwrite itself. Like the save you get before Cryo BCB overwrites the state the save blah, 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 the autosave you get here. The one you get during this slide. Alright, we'll see if Smith can get better fish luck. Songs wasn't the best. Immediately gets a singular carp and a bunch of high roll bass. Ooh, that's a good fish. Oh my god. that's ridiculous. Alright. The RRG gods want to see an even race.
Exactly. Wow, he doesn't even grab the
He doesn't
all
need
of
it,
it though.
no.
Yeah, he doesn't even need it. He's just got such good options.
It does mean he's not got the hearty food, so we might see that be a factor later. That's a backup strat I like to see runners go for.
Yeah, me too. All right, so our runners have to get across the map in a large span, and so they're going to use this trick,
Bullet
which
time bounce.
is very difficult. Well, I mean, I'll say difficult. Just
Difficult
if
to
you look
learn,
at
I'd say.
the definition of a one-frame trick, right? I mean, yeah.
That one's not actually frame perfect. That one's got quite a forgiving bullet time window, but a couple of them are very strict.
Oh yeah, I forget which ones do. It's definitely Castle has a
Castle BTB is strict. Mag BTB is pretty strict as well. I think it may be 2 frames, but there's definitely no more than that.
ooh, 2 whole frames.
This game's only 30 FPS, so 2 frames is like just under a tenth of a second, but still. It's very easy to get that wrong.
So the real prediction is, will we see our favorite friendly bots? Our guardians.
That is a question only the
Gladys
runners can
and
answer.
Greg. Cheryl. Why did I call her Gladys? Wow, definitely Cheryl.
What?
I saw some of Cheryl there.
Little cameo. No full feature.
Little sneak peek.
But we do see Smich gaining a bit of time there. I think his ESC was also a bit cleaner, but the scans was the main thing. Smich opting to save for durability on his pot lid. I'm wondering why he's doing that. Guess he just thinks he needs it.
Alright, so we see no slate storage or anything like that. Good old-fashioned BTB.
Oh, good BTB. Oh, no, he actually does bullet time a tiny bit late. There's a forest angle, but it's not the worst forest angle, because at least you get to the spot really quickly. You lose still about 20 seconds to a good angle BTB.
He opts to do his fall damage cancel at a nice safe spot, making sure he can safely drop down, not have any problem falling onto trees or anything like that, and sets up another trick. Again, just has to get across the map as quickly as possible. Welcome.
Doesn't get all the hits, but you don't need all the hits if you use that tree. You'll land pretty close to the shrine with a couple missing. Ideally, you do get them all, though.
And welcome to our sister channel, ZeldaSpeedRuns 3.
Yeah, welcome in, just great. When you're not in the loop, this is the next race of the Any% Breath of the Wild tournament for 2021. We're at the losers top 12 section. So the winner of this run progresses to top 8. Loser goes out in 12th. This is race 1. There will be 2 or 3, best of 3. And yeah, it's a pretty even race. These are 2 very strong runners. Mitch should have closed back a little gap, but this clip won't be helping. Yes, the bracket is in the chat. So I think it's still like a 30-second lead for Song at least, but Smich is keeping pace at the very least. Maybe even bringing back a bit of time.
Right, I mean, only 1 or 2 failed tricks is the
exactly.
time there, so yeah. Alright, so they have Magnesis. Although, do they use Magnesis anywhere else?
You use it if you do lab, but I don't think overthese runners do.
Mm-hmm.
You use it to remove the bow from the wall in the moblin room.
Yes, there you go.
But basically, no.
Yeah. And actually, I've seen runners glide in and climb on the wall to get that. It's a little different.
Yeah, it's just a small quirk. Doesn't make much of a difference in the grand scheme of things.
Really?
Yeah, now we're getting to this. Yeah, what's that?
Yep. I was just saying the main use of this is that we get done with the kind of tutorial portion of the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's something we have to do.
On to the main part.
But yeah, now we're at this stage of a tournament. These small mistakes people make will start mattering a lot more. The small time losses will... because now Smich is relying on Song to make mistakes, and that's not really a thing you want to be relying on. To make the time back. I'd be very surprised if Smich made back 30 seconds of small optimizations he has over Song, so it will come down to mistakes. If he wants a chance in this race.
Right, Song got a very high BTB angle, but safely to the bomb's shrine is what matters.
Yep, pretty clean split. We'll see Smich attempting his now. Nice manip. A little late on the bullet time. I get a low angle. He does, actually. This could save him a tiny bit more time as well. It doesn't save you that much just because of how high you are when you start this full damage cancel, but it's a little bit. Holding ZL before he jumps to not get the climbing animation, little optimization. There's a very late double jump there, which I think is why that didn't get him through. That looks better. I do think Song's lead has grown a little bit in that split. Not getting the bullet time though. Pulling the bow a tiny bit too early. Gets it second time. That's a slightly sketchy one, but it works out pretty optimally for him in the end. If you go to the lower section, you can take ragdoll damage. I'm sure Song was looking to see if he needed to eat food, because ideally you just don't, but he had the option to.
Yeah, this is the part where you need to want to go fast, but you also need to make sure that you can be safe and actually land. And
Mitch opting for Gamer Wimbum, recognizing that he does need any time save he can get. That is not it, but he won't lose much time from this.
Yeah, I get why you went
8
for
seconds
it. Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, right.
Oh, that's a bit of a
that
bigger time loss.
oh,
Yeah, he's definitely
oh.
rushing a bit.
Yep. Well, and that is where you just get, I feel like, even more like flustered, right? Because you're trying to catch up, and then if that happens, then you're just even
Yeah,
more
exactly. That's why you don't really want
frustrated.
to.
It's definitely dangerous.
But a lot of runners opt to not watch it. Suppose he's going for it again. Just confidence, I guess. Looks like an early first bomb. Yeah.
All right.
With
So
this, we very large lead for Song now.
yeah, very large.
I'd be surprised if Smich didn't just go for normal wind bomb now. No, my god, he's stubborn. And in the end, he does get it.
Oh, and beautiful.
Whether or
on that
not
third
it was
try.
worth it,
Oh,
I'll leave
yeah.
it to the chat to decide, but he gets it eventually.
Definitely some swag. Oh, but yeah, catching up from here is going to be quite a feat.
Yeah, exactly. Fairly clean plateau from Song, gets a low 15. Main time loss being the detour on the way to Mag. Otherwise, it was pretty clean. We'll see if he can keep it up for the second half. Gets the frame. That looks like a good BTB.
Beautiful.
It's one of the main hurdles conquered.
Gets a nice little flyover Hyrule Field for now. Saying game,
Meanwhile, we
nope.
see
All
Smich
we're
get a pretty nice wind bomb to
interested in.
tree. That's a very nice one, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't stop himself correctly, though, so in the end, doesn't be as optimal as it could have been, but not bad. Tree rocket. He doesn't fire as high as I can go, I think, which means it might be a slightly more optimal angle. That looks like a pretty good one, yeah.
Oh, right to where he needs to be. Beautiful.
Song with the unloaded gate.
All right, we have one unloaded gate.
And knows where the fence is meant to be. That's one of the coolest things I think top runners do.
Yeah.
Just knowing where the gap is.
Yeah, it's to the point when we say unloaded, I mean, so many things are unloaded. There's things that we don't want to be loaded, and there's things that it would probably be better if they were loaded. But after you get more comfortable with kind of the spacing and everything, a lot of these runners just navigate that so easily.
I think there's too many things you want to be loaded when you get there. The only thing I can really think of is the wall by the Royal Guard sword in the old castle route. Generally, you just want things to be unloaded in this route. Smich gets the frame as well.
And it isn't guaranteed that he'll also get unloaded gate, but with this PTB, it's much safer than some of the other stretch.
Yeah, it's like, I think I heard 5 out of 6 is a rough estimate. I don't think there's been an actual like count. Oh, Song having some issues with the menuing there. But yeah, it's a lot more consistent than some of the other unloadeds. And even if you fail it, it's a pretty easy clip to get into Dining Hall. It will just cost you about 25 seconds, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We see Song coming to us first out of bounds mid-air. This is one of the main differentials you'll see in routes. Both of these runners will be doing the free Ancient Arrow route.
Yeah, 3 Ancient Arrows. So our runners are just going all over castle to get all of the things they need. Might seem a little silly for them to kind of wind bomb and go all the way across to another part of the castle, but we just need very good weapons for what they're about to do.
And you need to get upwards movement as well, so it's a good way to do it out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sanctum is a very high up point in castle, and vertical movement is one of the most awkward things in Breath of the Wild.
I'm sure we would use Gales if we had them, but we don't have them.
If only there was a category where you did all the Divine Beasts. That'd be a cool category. Alright, so I'm going to drop a save. He is not.
Especially if you're using the DLC.
Ooh, the DLC. If only there was a category which actually featured the DLC.
If
shrines.
only.
Alas, I guess there isn't. Anyway, we see pretty good one bites again coming out from Song. With that, it's just down to boss fight execution now for him. And Dark Beast, I guess, but no one except Tyr cares about Dark Beast. Smich eating T-Fish first, so he has enough health for the 2 remaining wind bombs. So he has been punished by being on a quarter of heart, because he wind bombed into the Malice in one of his races, I think against Pyr. And because he was on a quarter heart, it killed him. Yeah, it's a slightly awkward ragdoll interaction there with the weapon going inside the moblin, which launched it. Just means Smich will have to make a slight detour, and he hasn't picked it up. He hasn't picked up the edge of duality.
Okay.
Okay, he realizes eventually he has bombed it. Use your Magarin to find it, Smich.
Oh my gosh, Smich. Yeah, okay.
Okay, he uses mag eventually.
Okay. Yeah, that's an excellent little trick for Breath of the Wild, using magnesis to find metal objects and using stasis to find things like rocks and such like that.
Song drops a hit in his Fireblight Phase 1, which will lose him about 1.5 seconds. The gap is closing. Very slowly. And Smich doesn't opt to drop to hard save. So he recognizes his win condition is just playing it safer and hoping for a mistake at this point, because there's no way he's making back that time otherwise.
Yeah, definitely worth it to save in that scenario if it calms you down a little bit,
Yeah, it's just recognition of how far behind he is and what he needs to do in order to win. Do see Song not getting the good RNG on Fireblight, so that's also another 10 seconds gone. Slightly rough Fireblight overall. Very nice Phase 1 Thunderblight from Song there.
Yeah, and very nice Waterblight Phase 1 from Smich.
I'd say Blights are probably like the hardest split to learn, but once you know it, it's like the easiest to get consistently good times in. Like, you shouldn't really be dropping more than 15 seconds in a Blight split, and that's if things go disastrously wrong. Very nice Thunderblight coming out from Song, and we will see him attempt his first Kalam of the series. Ooh, Smich. Missing a headshot, missing another headshot. That's really bad for his bow durability. This might even be over for him already. Like, I'm not sure he can finish Blights with 2 missed headshots.
Yeah.
Or he'll have to take a flurry in Kalam. Ooh, I don't like that he used the last arrow there, but I guess he did the choice.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough for him. He'll have to use an Ancient Arrow on Thunderblight.
Okay.
And then do a bunch of flurries in order to finish.
Right.
Which he does have a pretty long attack feed, but yeah, we'll see what he does. Meanwhile, Song doing pretty well with the Lamb. Does miss an Ancient Arrow headshot there, which will slightly mess up his damage routing, and we see he does need to. Oh, he just froze the boomerang. Okay, that works.
Alright, yeah, he's in phase 2.
Yep. And he does get the laser. Gets the parry, so it's just unlocked from here. Should not be having any issues with this, but runners have dropped it from time to time. I'm not sure I've ever seen Song drop it. If he does fail it now, I will believe in Caster's Curse after all.
So the key thing to watch on the left side of the screen is the stamina wheel, because he has to make sure that he's keeping just enough stamina and kind of letting it refill right before starting his next spin to win.
Yeah, exactly. The only way you can really fail it is if you spin for too long. Because that will mean your stamina's too low for the next cycle, but usually like the timing works pretty well from when you have to slam and when you start the next spin for your stamina management. You've got to be careful that you don't overly greed it, which is why you see a lot of runners go for that extra swing in between. And this is looking like it's going to be a mid to high 27 for Song. Very solid.
Yeah, very
Mitch
solid.
misses an Ancient Arrow headshot. Okay. Yeah.
I think he knows too.
I think he's sacrificing himself to Thunder. Oh, what's he gonna do? He's gonna start styling.
Use the actual strat of the actual game. Wow, like actually use
I think he's gonna die because of this. Yeah, because that happens, and now he won't do the thing anymore.
And yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but with his bow back gone, it's just pretty much over at that point.
You can pick ancient arrows back up, but there's a chance in the Sanctum, right? Like the arrow just gets kind of lost in the upper levels, or I just don't know how easy it is to find.
The main issue is bow durability, because like you can grab the royal sword, I think it is, to attempt to finish Kalam, but with the attack speed durability you have, it generally won't last long enough. Smich attempting BLSS. I'm surprised he hasn't pressed the forfeit button before he does all this.
Yeah.
His preference. Smich has all but forfeited. We do see Song cleaning up race number 1. What so far has been a fairly clean Kalam. Blam. What am I on about? Alright, where's Smich going?
I am very curious to see that, yes.
Is there a Korok he knows of?
Yeah. There are some Koroks not far from here, but across that bridge, not in the water.
Just dives in.
Just going for a swim. Thought Link needed a bath.
And we see some Song coming up on his final shot. And yeah, Song takes race number 1. With what is a fairly solid run.
At the moment, huh? Oh, okay. Yes, we. I guess we're seeing more than everyone else. That makes sense. Smich is currently swimming. But yeah, we're gonna give our runners a little bit of a break before they come back at it, as this is a best of 3.
I can
And